This is Kelly Hill with RCR Wireless News. I'm here with Eduardo Inzunza from JDSU, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's been telling everyone here at the NATE conference.
Yeah, sure. So basically two main topics. One is the future trends, and for that, it actually has a bit of the short term and long term. So we are very well aware of all the demand in terms of capacity. And basically what we were talking, it's which is going to be the technology that is going to enable that bandwidth and all that demand. And basically what is coming up in the short term, it's the LTE advanced. So we have heard about LTE. It's is moving in. Is not everywhere yet, but it's coming up. And then right after, what we're going to be seeing is LTE advanced. And I think it's really important to be aware that LTE is not just about, hey, do we have a signal? Yeah, it's strong enough, yes. But it goes beyond that. It goes beyond into look into the signal quality, because based upon that quality, then the network is going to increase the bandwidth. So one aspect is that one. Then the other aspect is MIMO, kind of the ability to have multiple antennas transmitting signal out, which is really important. And then later on, basically, we're talking about, okay, so what's next after LTE Advanced? So that's basically 5G. It's not yet totally defined what that will be. Might be increasing modulation to 256 QAM probably, but it's not yet defined. But yeah, it's gonna take many years. Just because as right now we're seeing that still we have 2G technologies, and it takes a long period of time basically to migrate customers that are dealing with 2G to move into 3G and then 4G, and then we're thinking about 5G, but yeah, it's still 10, 15 years away. So that's one aspect. And the other aspect was small cells. So in small cells, I think most of the industry it has a good experience and knowledge about how to deal with macrosites. But small cells is going to be a little bit different. Because it's not going to be the traditional coaxial cable on the backhaul dealing with DS1s or SONET or whatever, but there are going to be instances in which the network, they need to adapt to whatever it's available. So if DSL is available, so that's going to be the backhaul of a small cell. And what is going to be transmitted out? It's going to be UMTS or it can be LTE. So, and all that basically they have to have a good harmony with the existing network. So kind of the other aspect that I was talking to most of the people here is that we have to really pay attention on where those small cells are going to be installed and how interference is going to affect. Because a spectrum, it's a limited resource, and we have to take full advantage of it. Technology-wise, we have gone a long way now with LTE, so we really need to use it properly.
And how is the evolution of the network impacting the kind of testing that needs to be done both indoor and in the field?
Yeah. So because of the small cell, and actually for DAS systems, which for that matter, actually, there are going to be some instances in which you can do an IDAS or an indoor DAS with small cells. And basically what that means is that if in the past it was just a matter of coaxial cables and just transmitting signal out in a wireless format, in small cells or even DAS, it's going to change because now we have fiber, and a DAS system is typical to have a hybrid network or hybrid segments, and you have fiber and coax, and you have the RF portion of it. But sometimes there are going to be instances in which even the front haul is going to be wireless. So the connectivity that exists between the baseband unit and the remote radio heads, or the head end and the remotes, that might be even wireless. Right now it's fiber, and I think the objective of any DAS system is to be transparent as much as possible between the radio and the antenna. But there are going to be some other components and technologies that are going to be installed in between, and even for small cells, as we were discussing about the backhaul, it can be DSL, which we don't use in macrosites DSL, or it can be cable, or for that matter, it can be Ethernet or fiber. So all those components are now in the mix of the DAS systems as well as small cells. And actually, one of the things that we did, and we're continuing doing it, is to have the ability to combine the test capabilities into a single platforms. So we did that a few months ago with our cable and antenna analyzer, our sweep tester, that takes care of all the coaxial cables. But we have included the ability to interface with a fiber scope, so that's for fiber inspection. So basically, with that, a cell technician can only carry one unit, one device, to take care of both worlds, if you will. One is the RF, and the other one is fiber. Same thing we're going to be doing with other platforms that we have, such as the cell advisor that has the ability to do a signal demodulation. So same type of capability to include fiber into it. So yeah, and even beyond that, it's the ability to have cloud services into our test sets. So that basically is going to help a lot of our customers to have good control on the assets that they have deployed, and have good control on what's the status of that asset. Is it on the latest firmware? It has all the functionality that they need. Is it in repair, or is it active in the field? So we're kind of working with the industry to have a much better understanding and provide much better value, not only on the capabilities of the instrument itself, but how they have to deal with those instruments, how they can manage all those assets.
Eduardo, thanks so much for your time.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.